Hey all, Joe here, and today I'll be adding another whole batch of characters to my deck of NPCs project. Once again, we're throwing 3 new NPCs at this bad boy. You and your party enter the tavern and look slowly around, noticing a handful of townsfolk sparsely scattered throughout the room. Let's begin with Mr. Halvard of Low Ridge. He's an elf who works as a gentleman's mage. I feel like this would be a logical thing to have in a fantasy setting. Magic is prevalent, so why would a gentleman not hire on a house servant skilled in utility spells? Mending and produce flame, for the sake of candles, are both fairly common spells, while some in this profession get great use out of things like message, locate object, purify food and drink, and others like that. Now for this, I thought Gentleman's Mage was a little bit of a mouthful and took up a lot of real estate on the card, so I wanted to find a word for hired servant that was far enough outside of common usage that it felt like it fit a fantasy setting. I did some digging around and came across the word seneschal. I might be saying that wrong. Seneschal, senescal. However you say it, it fits the concept. It's what I wanted. It doesn't come across too well in the gray, and it isn't actually super important to the project or this character. It's kind of meant to be a jumping off point for when you draw this card and throw this guy in your campaign. It doesn't really matter too much, but I kind of pictured this guy being really pale with bright red hair. Moving on to number 2, we've got Crofton Dunn, our first potential combat hireling for the NPC deck. Now I'd like this project to mostly be commoners and whatnot, but I do want to have the occasional mercenary in there for flavor. Movie pitch: the occasional mercenary. Check if Ryan Reynolds is free. Crofton is a Dwarven Mercenary with bad burns covering the right side of his face, and there's hints that his injury might be related in some way to his abiding mistrust of the Fae. To highlight the down-on-his-luck elements of this character, we'll have him in padded armor. And this is also called Gambeson armor sometimes. For the kind of fighting he does, it's somewhat suboptimal. It's great armor for like an archer. That's really what it was designed historically for. For a hand-to-hand fighter, there are a lot of options that could probably be serving him much better. But he's armored as best as he can manage and kind of trying to scratch out a living, taking pretty dangerous jobs. And finally, you'll notice a Miss Dinella Vidal sitting in the corner. Her outfit marks her out immediately as a beekeeper, in the medieval style. Fantasy gaming isn't exactly the same setting as the medieval era, but whatever. She's just a beekeeper, you know? She gets herself some bees, right? And she keeps them. She's got this hooded outfit with long gloves and a wicker mask to cover her face while she works. Her business could use the aid of a brewer since she really doesn't have a talent for making mead, and that's where the real money is in beekeeping. And she's also known about town as a bit of a flirt, turning some heads and drawing some jealousy in the process. It should be interesting when someone steps in to do to your party what the bard usually does to the NPCs. So heroes, you've walked into the tavern and you are faced with these townsfolk. What do you want to do next? Thank you for watching. Please share the video with a friend or several friends, and let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see me draw in a future video. Later, y'all!